The true story of the Titanic, the ship that changed maritime safety. In April 1912, the world's largest and most luxurious ship began its first journey. Its name was the Titanic, RMS Titanic. At that time, it was considered a miracle of engineering. It was built in Belfast, Ireland, and operated by the White Star Line Company. White Star Line, the Titanic was designed to be powerful, modern, and safe. Many people believed it was unsinkable, but history proved otherwise. The departure on the April 10, 1912, Titanic left Southampton, England. Southampton, it carried more than 2,200 passengers and crew members. The passengers included wealthy businessmen, immigrants traveling to America, families looking for a better future. The ship stopped briefly in France and Ireland, then continued toward New York City. Everything seemed normal during the first 4 days. The warnings. On April 14th, the Titanic received multiple warnings from other ships. They reported icebergs floating in the North Atlantic Ocean. However, the sea was calm that night. The sky was clear. Because the water was very still, it was harder to see waves breaking against icebergs. At 11:40 p.m., a lookout spotted an iceberg directly ahead. He rang the warning bell, but it was too late. The collision. The ship tried to turn. It almost avoided a direct crash, but the iceberg scraped along the side of the ship. The damage was fatal. The Titanic had 16 watertight compartments. Engineers believed it could survive if 4 compartments filled with water, but 6 compartments were damaged. Water slowly entered the ship. At first, many passengers did not understand the danger. The ship did not immediately look like it was sinking. The lifeboat problem. Here is one of the most tragic facts. The Titanic did not have enough lifeboats for everyone. It only had lifeboats for about half of the people on board. Why? Because at that time, maritime laws were outdated. They were based on ship weight, not passenger numbers. The ship was considered modern and safe, so extra lifeboats were not seen as necessary. Women and children were given priority. Many lifeboats were launched half empty because people did not realize how serious the situation was. The sinking at 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, the Titanic broke apart and sank into the ocean. More than 1,500 people lost their lives. It was one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. The freezing water made survival nearly impossible. The ship Carpathia arrived about 2 hours later and rescued the survivors. RMS Carpathia, discovery of the wreck. For decades, the Titanic's exact location remained a mystery. In 1985, an American oceanographer named Robert Ballard found the wreck. Robert Ballard. The ship was discovered nearly 4,000 meters below the ocean's surface. It was broken into 2 main pieces. The discovery helped scientists understand exactly how it sank. The impact on the world. The Titanic disaster changed international laws. In 1914, a new safety agreement was created called SOLAS, International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea. This law required enough lifeboats for everyone, 24-hour radio monitoring, regular lifeboat drills, international iceberg patrols. Today, modern ships are much safer because of the lessons learned from Titanic. The Titanic was not just a ship, it was a lesson. It showed that technology can fail, overconfidence can be dangerous, and safety rules must evolve with progress. More than 100 years later, people still study this event, not because it was dramatic, but because it changed global safety standards forever. From this true story of the Titanic, we don't just learn history, we also learn new English vocabulary. Let's look at 15 useful words from this story. Stay with me and repeat after me. 15. Vocabulary words from the Titanic story 1. Voyage, a long journey by sea. Example, The Titanic began its first voyage in 1912. 2. Luxury. Great comfort and expensive surroundings. The Titanic was a luxury ship. 3. Engineering. The science of building machines and structures. It was a masterpiece of engineering. 4. Collision. When two things crash into each other, the collision with the iceberg caused serious damage. 5. Iceberg. A large piece of ice floating in the ocean. 6. Compartment. A separate section inside something. Water filled several compartments. 7. Fatal, causing death. The damage was fatal for the ship. 8. Rescue. To save someone from danger. The survivors were rescued by another ship. 9. Survivor. A person who remains alive after a disaster. 10. Disaster. A sudden event causing great damage or loss. 11. Overconfidence. Too much belief in your own ability. Overconfidence played a role in the tragedy. 12. Warning. Information about possible danger. 13. Tragedy, a very sad and serious event. 14. Legacy, something left behind from the past. The Titanic's legacy changed maritime laws. 15. Regulation and official rule. New safety regulations were introduced after the disaster. The Titanic teaches us that even the most powerful technology can fail, but every tragedy can become a lesson. Because of this event, modern ships are safer today. History is not just about the past. It helps us build a better future. And through stories like this, we improve our English, we learn new vocabulary, and we grow a little more every day. Thank you for listening. See you in the next story.